Welcome to my session that is all about skipping the manual work. So, what you're going to see here is the future of marketing, just as I've said in the beginning of the event. So, I'm really happy that you've made it here today and that you've decided to join us because you can actually do a lot of things even with the plugin for WordPress that we've developed for next level marketing. So, it's important to note that you don't need to have WordPress to use next level. So that's very important to know. But if you do use next level marketing and you do use WordPress, then it only makes sense to actually get the plugin because it will make the automation all the more integrated and all the more powerful. And with a lot of feedback that we had from our users and our clients over these last few months, we've actually done tons of improvements. There's another session during the event where you can see that, but it's really important to know that right now this plugin is very, very different than what we've started with. So in general settings, you now have something that's really cool, and it's called Enable Auto Schedule. So you can turn it off, you can turn it back on, and you can play with it. So it even tells you what it does. The idea is that if you turn this to on, everything that you send from the web app of Next Level, actually, every time you decide to approve a piece of content and you say that you will publish it using our plugin, it gets sent here. So that's the usual behavior. So you go and do that in the web app, you approve it, and then it automatically sends it here. Now, the idea is that all of these things have a status, and some of them don't actually get published unless you go and you click on the schedule button. Of course, these are already published, so that's why I can find the schedule button. But you go and you have to manually do that. So that's how the article currently enters here. And then you would have to click schedule, and then it will go to the scheduling section. But you don't want that right now. Okay? We're going back and we have this list. So some people actually want to make sure that everything is perfect here in author, the post and the category. And they want to make sure that, the titles, descriptions, and the keywords are placed properly. Okay, so that's why sometimes it's important to actually have this. So this keyword, this is not a meta keywords. This is not for the meta keywords. This is actually to integrate with the rest of your system. So this will actually get your keyword inside Squirrly SEO, which will further the automation capabilities of the platform. That's why I said that you can skip the manual work, because by having next level inside of your WordPress, you continue the automation and you enhance everything that you have on your website. Right. Well, if you go to general settings, so you can play around with this if you really want to play around. But if you already believe and you already know that everything is done perfectly, then you can even skip this step and your marketing will become all the more integrated, because we've created this option and you don't have to do what I've done just before when I clicked on those panels. You don't have to care about it anymore. You just select one of the authors from the list, and then you can say post and then decide on the category, and you will be able to select a category that makes sense for your site. So let's say post or tackle culture, and it's already saved, so you don't have to click any button here. It's already saved in the database. So right now, if I go inside the web app and I send some content here, it's gonna arrive, and after a very short while, it's gonna get automatically published. It's after a very short while because in the backend, we've created a system that actually helps WordPress work. Because the basic WordPress that you get and that everybody gets without our plugin doesn't know how to create automatic events. It needs people to be on the website, browsing your website for their script to work and create a sort of cron job. Those who are technical will understand this, but the idea is that without our plugin, WordPress cannot function fully automatically. And with our plugin, we actually make requests to it every 15 minutes. So that's why sometimes you will see that there's a short delay between getting an article here and then it having the scheduled status. So it will remain in draft for a while until the system picks it up in case you don't have traffic. We've built this into WordPress ourselves and into the plugin. So this is another reason why the current version of the plugin is actually fantastic. Now, if something actually arrives here, you can actually skip the manual work, so you don't even need to do this anymore, because I've just shown you how you can do it all from here. And the content will actually enter the scheduled post. So you will see it here, and this is everything that you will have with the status scheduled. Now, if you go to schedule, and you set this once, you can say like, I want any new content that arrives here to be published on Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm gonna remove Saturday. I no longer want Saturday. And I want them published at, let's say 6 p.m. And I will click on save. The data is saved. And now once this happens, everything inside here is actually going to be rescheduled by our system according to the new rules that you have set here. Now, the beauty of it is that once you set this logic here, so once you have this rule here, you no longer need to go and manually do things. You don't manually have to go and click on the all posts section inside WordPress. You don't have to play around with this anymore. You don't even need to care about it anymore. Because all you will need to do is actually going to get done for you by this panel right here, because you already have the rule. So everything that comes in is going to get automatically scheduled and published according to the rules. And then everything that comes in this other section is going to get automatically sent to the other section by the plugin and the automations that we have built. So I hope that this didn't sound confusing or complicated. The idea is that if you really want to skip all the work, you can now fully do that. And once you send something to WordPress, you don't even need to care about it anymore, because this system ensures that everything is going to get published without even touching buttons or doing things inside of WordPress anymore. So that's like the full power of the new automations that we've built inside WordPress. Now, other really cool things are the fact that, when something hits WordPress, even if you touch this or you don't touch this, the title is going to get picked up. Squirrly SEO is going to automatically complete the snippet section for this piece of content using the meta title that you have here. Now, also, it will complete the meta description, and it will complete the keyword. Now, this keyword is only used in Squirrly SEO in the snippet for the purpose of making sure that the keyword is found in the title and in the description of the post. It's not about Google here. This is about making Squirrly SEO capable of doing the checks that it needs to do, and to make sure, and to also help you as a user to make sure that you've actually done the keywords that you actually want to do, because there are many types of keywords that you could be using for a page, and you need to make sure that exactly your target actually shows inside the snippet. So that's why Next Level does this. But to push this further, Next Level actually takes this keyword and places it into your Squirrly SEO Live Assistant. It also takes this keyword and it places it inside your briefcase. So in Squirrly SEO in your briefcase, you actually don't need to go and manually add this anymore, because our plugin will do that for you. So it saves up a lot of time that you would normally spend, that you have spent until now. I mean, all of these years, you've been spending a lot of time organizing things and doing things, and now you don't even need to do them anymore, because everything is made automatically for you, and it cuts down on a lot of marketing tasks that you would normally waste your time with. So I think that's pretty cool. And the other really cool thing is, once this gets published, because our system handles the scheduling and the publishing, your Squirrly SEO is actually going to tell Bing and Google and other search engines, hey, this new blog post or this new page, this new landing page or e-commerce product just got published. Start indexing it. So everything becomes super automated for you if you use WordPress. And this part with the auto indexing, we're going to make available very, very soon on the Cloud app as well. It's been taking us some time because we needed to create a new way of working with Index Now that didn't exist until now. And because of that, there were delays, but we are going to bring this functionality to the web app, so you will be able to connect the Squirrely SEO, the cloud version, for those of you who don't have WordPress. And it's still going to perform auto indexing for you, and it's going to be amazing. So there's a huge level of automations that are now possible using the plugin, and I hope you've enjoyed this session. Right, so this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that the integration actually works. I know that some people have been scared that they didn't understand if this is actually working, but it is, and I've just shown you everything inside the source code of this page. So you just have to view the source to understand that it's there, but you don't really need to do that because the automation actually works and Squirrely SEO does everything. So I guess I need to show you this. So top destinations, let's see, this was the one. And if we edit, yeah, you can see the keyword was placed here in the live assistant. Permalink is exactly the keyword, so this is a very other important update that we've made to the plugin. And then in meta, I guess some people were afraid because they only saw the patterns, right? So they've only seen the patterns. But if you click on it, you can actually see that this is the current description, which is exactly what you had next level. So you can see that nothing is wrong. And you can actually see that the current title is exactly this one. So everything was properly placed. The idea is that Squirrely uses patterns for automations. So don't worry, because this is an automation, we are using the patterns because that's what Squirrely is using. They are perfectly integrated. And, anytime you have, you're afraid maybe something didn't work, you can check it out with the preview. Or the best way is always, always, always on WordPress, regardless of what you're using for SEO. Check the source code. If the source code is perfect, then it's going to be perfect for Google. Sometimes plugins will show you that things work in this preview stuff, and then when you see it on Google, it's not good. But everything that's inside the source code is what gets picked up by Google. So this is the ultimate way of verifying that your SEO is perfect. Just check the source code. Okay, thank you very much. This was the last part of the demonstration that I actually wanted to show you.